Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 50 to Pittsburgh. 54. It's our time.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. On is the Hall of Famer Ray Guy to punt this away on 4th down. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Let's go. 15 on it. 15 on it. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They go play action now. Jackson on the, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Lawrence Taylor able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Well, someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
A nice catch there by Jerry Rice. And when you look at the yardage he compiled in his NFL career, it seems staggering at 22,985 yards. But let's put a little context with it.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. 27 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Brown 80! Danny.
The first carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, tight. 50, much 50. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen, his throw incomplete. Randy Moss, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. That's caught by Jackson. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
56.
They do go for it. Here's Allen. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run on 1st down with Jackson, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36.
56.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack.
Here we go.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. On play action, Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former USC man, Taylor Mays. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reggie White, what a force. Got back there for the sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Ray Guy now on to punt it away. Now Sanders. And running with power here. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
Hey, Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Watch the run. They're running it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. On second down now, it's Jackson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go.
We're scoreless after one.
With no score.
Allen from the gun on third down. It's caught. Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A Raider first down, 17 yards. On first down, it's Jackson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Watch the twist.
Now on second and 13, Allen. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jerry Rice, the one he was looking for. But now it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And a throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Let's go. Hey, hold on.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. To throw is Jackson. Man open, Rice. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
That's another Dolphins first down.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Jackson. It's caught by Sanders. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Here's Allen. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for the great one, Jerry Rice. That'll bring up 2nd down. Allen now to throw again. Open man is the Hall of Famer, Dave Casper.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Throwing now is Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier, his 2nd sack of the night. Here's Ray Guy now. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Ray Guy now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. On the return, Hester. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it's Jackson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Here's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former USC man, Taylor Mays. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Night Train Lane.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. This will be caught by Randy Moss. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Sanders, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short, no gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Able to find Walter. That's complete. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. Now it's Jackson being chased out left. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start here with Jackson. He's going to have the first down past the 20 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Patrick Willis just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To the air, Allen. They set up the screen to Bo. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline. You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This is taken at the... Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. 15 on it. 15 on it. Check. Check hot route.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Ready. Hey, hold on. Strip the ball.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson. Throw complete there to Jerry Rice. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. So the first catch for Jerry Rice, always fun to talk about. His career stats, Charles, they're so good. He leads in so many categories that we can't even get to them all.
Yeah, what do they say? He combines ridiculous statistical supremacy with crazy longevity. How about this? Most receptions, yards, touchdowns, just to name a few of the accolades along the way.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Jackson now. That's caught. It's Jerry Rice. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Yeah. 60 yards. Check it back. Check it back.
He can run for it, and he will. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
Jackson on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. 6-time Pro Bowler Randy Moss, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. That his first incompletion after a 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Give him 3 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the ball, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
At the 4-yard line.
Second and goal from inside the 5. They'll run now with Okoye. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Switch it. Good job right there.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Dancing to his left. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
For the Seahawks. First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Jackson. He'll get 4 yards of the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Reggie White on the sack there, showing the explosiveness that led him to the Hall of Fame. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
I'm coming.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Jackson to throw. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. That'll be caught by Rice. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
To throw is Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Sanders. And he's got some space here. 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 52 yards. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Bo Jackson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, it's Jackson.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Play action. It's Wilson. Rolling to his right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They go play action now. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. A desperation heave for the end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's Ray Guy now. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer, Willie Brown. And he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run here with Bo. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run with a big man, Bo Jackson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
We got to step it up. 12. Get one.
They run again with Jackson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
When people talk about versatility, you should go back and look at Ronnie Lott's entire career. At USC, an All-American safety. In the beginning time in his career in the NFL, an All-Pro corner before switching back to safety to finish off a Hall of Fame career.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Reggie White able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Steps away. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Rolling to his left. Man open, Rice. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Jackson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
He's not going to get me.
Here's Wilson to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gonzalez. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The 14-time Pro Bowler Tony Gonzalez, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
95. He's checking.
They go play action with Wilson. Out to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Raider, Willie Brown.
Pardon Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Sanders. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Green 80. Check 52's to Mike. Get your swerve on.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Jerry Rice, 47 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. All right, now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt.
Watch the screen. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none, because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This is taken at the 3. Refusing to go down. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now a carry for Sanders. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Jackson to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Flush to his right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Night Train Lane. And he'll take this back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This fielded at the 2.
Sanders on the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Let's go. 15 on it. You can't block me.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Man open, that's Terrell Owens. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the 1st quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And he'll get this one complete to T.O. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Emmett. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Ah, yes, Reggie White. I remember when they first started calling him the Minister of Defense. It was back at the University of Tennessee, snuffing out plays like that. Did you see that tackle for a loss? I remember him turning around the LSU game in 1983 with a similar play. Reggie White.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Set, ready, go. 10, touchdown. Back to pass. Jim. It's 3.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 27, Jackson. Throw complete there to Jerry Rice. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
Get ready.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Darren Waller, 39 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Play action. Now Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Shazier came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Don't get nervous.
This is Smith. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reggie White in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. Reggie. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Oakland. This will be taken very short. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. I got him. Check three.
On first down, it's Cunningham. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former USC man, Taylor Mays. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage. I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This will be taken short.
Here we go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw on 2nd down, Cunningham eluding the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor Gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
50, it's been a long day for you. 50's the mark. Yeah. You don't want none? No, it's 50, Mike's 50. Better bring it. You better. I'm letting you know.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Cunningham. And he's going to go down again. Sacked there by Bruce Smith. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
552.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Reggie White. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Cunningham. Going to throw right side here. Complete. The 40. The 30. Past the 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on 1st down. Cunningham to throw. Flushed out right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. That is caught by Moss for a Miami touchdown. Randy Moss there to make the grab. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This one taken just inside the 10.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This will be caught by Randy Moss. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he whips that one incomplete there. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Willis. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Here's Cunningham. Now Cunningham has the ball knocked down. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down at about the 15. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On third down, Cunningham throwing the out route incomplete. It's Holt, and he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now a first down throw, Cunningham. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reggie White, his second sack of the night.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Cunningham. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Cunningham looking to throw. The Sanders has got it complete. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. They set up the screen to Bo.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Cunningham. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. On 4th down, Cunningham. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught by Moss for a Dolphins touchdown. Randy Moss in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Jackson now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Now a carry here for their fullback. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
On second down, it's Sanders. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Jackson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that's going to tie us at 13. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Fielded about a yard deep, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run again with Jackson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Back to throw. Cunningham. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Miami. 49 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run now with Bo Jackson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The 49er great Patrick Willis in on the tackle. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in the East Bay. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to throw. Cunningham. Got a man. It's Randy Moss complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. On first down, Jackson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Ready? Hey, come on.
Back to throw. Cunningham. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Bruce Smith able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And Lutz puts this one through. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the fourth. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
It's 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Able to find Waller. That's complete. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Darren Waller, 66 yards. And the Dolphins are once again going to retake the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jadeveon Clowney in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Holt. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
check 26, check 26. Let's go. Come on.
And to give this time to the tailback. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Jackson. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Lawrence Taylor in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. They'll run on first down. Peyton, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Slam, slam, slam. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Check 50, check. Check 90, put it right.
From the 30 on second down, Jackson escaping the and got his man complete. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 60 yards. Opening minute and already a trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. 3 plays already in the end zone. That was quick.
We always talk about offenses understanding what they want to do before they go into a game, and they practice it. They have their script and the plays they want to open with. But defenses aren't just reactive. They have their own ideas as well. These ideas didn't get implemented very well. 3 plays and a touchdown already scored against them.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Here we go on fourth down with Jackson. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Here's Okoye. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I love the modern game, but that was a throwback right there to see the big man with football, running, knocking people aside, and picking up yardage. That takes me back to the 60s, the 70s, when fullbacks ruled the earth.
from just shy of midfield. Jackson into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and his guys are going to take over.